YouTube, today is a busy day, second video of the day. So June 4th at 11 o'clock Eastern time, Can-Am released their 2020 lineup. And I gotta say, I am pretty excited on what I'm seeing. I'll go over a couple things real quick and then we'll get into the good stuff. So they did come out with a Defender 6x6, which is a pretty cool little utility machine. I can see Octacruiser up in the far north, up in Canada, having some fun with this little bad boy up in the mud. But anyways, I don't want to talk too much about it. It is a cool offering 6x6. I mean, pretty sweet. But let's get into the good stuff. We have some seriously updated Can-Am X3 stuff. So first off, we have the new Can-Am X3 XRS Turbo RR. Revised suspension, you've got a new display, you've got Bighorn 30-inch tires, you've got beadlocks, you've got larger Bighorn tires in the back, you've got another inch of clearance, and then the big thing is you have a 195 horsepower motor. This is going to be a dune killing machine. I want to talk more about the motor and more about the upgrades. I thought I'd show you this XRS real quick. New colors, the purple and green and silver is pretty cool. You still have the Iron Man edition that you can get. Let's take a look. So yeah, you still have the, except their website blows. Let's see, Turbo RR. So yeah, you still have the Iron Man edition and the triple black that comes in the XRS. Man, it's gonna be sweet. Those lightweight 30s with 195 horsepower is just gonna rip. Can-Am already had the best motor in the business and they just one-upped it again. BRP makes a really good motor. So really excited about that. But let's get into this bad boy. The 2020 Can-Am Maverick XRC, the one that started it all for me, man. So I loved my XRC. It was such a badass machine, such a well-rounded machine. And to this day, I really can't think about too many faults about it. The only thing I didn't like about it was just like maybe visibility in the dunes, but man, it was a fast, stable machine at 172 horsepower. And now they have upgraded this thing significantly with 195 horsepower. Okay, so first thing, don't think it's just like a flash or something. I get that you can take your 172 horsepower engine and you can have it flash, you can make more than that, but it's not. It's reliable horsepower that's been tuned and has a factory warranty. So you've got the 900 triple engine that they had from 2019. They've put new pistons in it. They've got a new larger turbo. They've got a new intake and a new high flow intercooler. So it's not just a tune, it's like a serious power upgrade, which means that you can take it from 195 and have one of these tuners, you know, like Evo Power Sports or some of these guys, throw a tune on it, it's gonna be 220, 230. It's reclutched for more power, and it's also reclutched to take 32s. So you're gonna have it, you know, Polaris did it first. You're gonna have a 32-inch tire machine with 195 horsepower where the clutching is set from the factory to manage that power and that bigger wheel and tire. It is going to rip. So I am super excited. Let's talk about the DCT. I think we were all hoping that would come with the DCT. I think that's still in the works. I would assume maybe they're waiting a little bit. Maybe it'll be like a special model here in the future, here in 6 months. Can-Am in September usually puts out something cool, September, October. That's when the XRC came out originally. So maybe that's still coming, I don't know. But I was a little bummed about the DCT, but the more I think about it, I've loved my CVT. So I know a lot of people have had problems with CVTs, but not me. They've been awesome. The Can-Am XRC with the CVT has been unreal for me, and so has my Polaris. So pretty stoked. They did revise the suspension. I think they probably just changed the valving and maybe the spring rates, and it should be a little better. That's cool. They got another inch of ground clearance out of it. You have a 15-inch bead lock. So on my old Can-Am, you had a 14-inch bead lock, and it was the same one that came in the XRS. And it was nice that you had a lot of tire with a 32, but I was having problems. I bent a wheel, and I was having problems getting rocks stuck in between. And the solution to that is a 15-inch rim. So pretty cool. That I feel like, again, Can-Am is, I do feel like they do a good job listening to their customer. And I think they listen to some of the things and some of the problems they've had, and they've just refined this X3 and fixed those little things. Like the first thing that I would do is put a 15-inch tire or 32-inch tire on this rig. And it's cool that it's a 15-inch rim because all your new cool tires are coming on a 15-inch rim. So pretty stoked on the tire and wheel setup. You have the better power steering carrying over from 2019 for this XRC. So I didn't have that on my 2018. You've got all your skid plate stuff. You've got your 4,500 pound winch still. You've got full doors. Thanks Can-Am for giving us a full door. You've got your 4-point adjustable harnesses. They worked really well. I heard for this year, same basic cage, but now it's a bolt-on. So if you want an aftermarket cage, no more cutting your cage off. You take out some bolts and plop on a new cage. It'd be pretty sick. You have your curved lower rear radius rods. You have a tie-down point in the back. Man, it just looks badass. I love this carbon black with this orange. It looks amazing. Dude, I can't wait. You've got a new display. I haven't been able to find any good shots of the display. But anyways, a new 7.6-inch display. This thing is gonna be sweet. So again, a little disappointed about the DCT, but I'm sure it's probably still in the works. But 195 horsepower, they're definitely giving you something. I mean, that is crazy, crazy horsepower. 172, the Can-Am flies. So, man, in the dunes, the XRC was just so cool. I actually kind of need this for my shop. I literally used it to plow my shop. We went rock crawling. You know, we went up in the hills, up in the woods. I took it to the dunes. I did Baja pre-running. It just kicked butt, man. That machine kicked butt. It was one of the better machines on the market. The Turbo S is right there too. So I really like that. But now you've got this better motor. Oh man, it's a sweet machine. So pretty pumped on this machine. What else do we need to talk about on her? Let's take another look at the XRS. Let's take out that new color. Let's see, there we go. So XRS, you have the new color. You've got a different wheel, so that's kind of cool. They are differentiating the wheel between the XRC and the XRS. They're both bead locks. And this is a 15-inch rim with the Maxxis Bighorn. So super light, like I said, it's gonna tear it up. The Bighorn does really good in the dunes. They have the different size, so they've got the bigger tire in the rear. I don't know if I love that or not, just because then you can't really, I guess if you're gonna swap, you have to pull your tire off and swap that way and keep that tire, that larger rim in the rear. So I think it's 11-inch rear wheel and like a don't quote me on that, 9-inch front wheel. Yeah, pretty sick update to this. So I don't know, guys, what do you think about the new Can-Am lineup? XRC, DCT would be cool, but I mean, 195 horsepower. They are not kidding around with this guy. Gosh, that's badass. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. Retuned clutch, crazy power, and reliability. I think that's one thing too. It's like, again, they didn't just turn it up. They made it more reliable with more horsepower. So, crazy day. We had all the new Hondas, now we have the new Can-Ams. Oh, we have a new headlight cluster. That's what I forgot. So they did do a new headlight cluster in it. I think it does have like a signature seat too in the XRC as far as like coloring. Gosh, what else? I don't know, man. It's freaking cool. You have your full smart lock, of course, which is rad. The smart lock worked really good, but dang, man, I like it. So there you go. There's another update today with all the Can-Am lineup stuff. I'm pretty excited. I think Polaris's stuff comes out in July. We'll see what they have to counteract this X3, but these guys are getting serious. Honda, Can-Am, Polaris, it's getting crazy. But all right, tell me what you think about the Can-Am lineup. Please like and subscribe, and yeah, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think about the new XRC. I think it's pretty sweet. All right, thanks guys.